platoons gather together for a portrait, taken by Porky. And we get Daffy Duck saying, "Mother!" How awesome is that? After all these decades, they still remember Mother! They still remember Daffy's Mother joke, which was used in Back in Action and also in the original Space Jam and stuff.
Close. Mother! I'm hitting that wall, stay on. Mother!
Taking you to Mother.
Best team in the whole wide neighborhood. Mother!
And that's always been like one of Daffy's most memorable jokes that a lot of us remember from our childhood, and it's just amazing to see it again. And I'm so happy they didn't forget about it. It's just that moment that we get to see Daffy say Mother, it just goes to show that they really did their homework in rewatching the original Space Jam to make it feel the same, because that's a little moment. But to us, Looney Tunes fans, it's a big moment, because we always laughed so hard when we were kids hearing Daffy say Mother. And even as an adult, it's still funny. Our big superstar is not here, Lola Bunny, but Bugs knows where she is. Now we go to Lola Bunny in the comic book of Wonder Woman, where she's training to become an Amazon, and we see Bugs in the crowd, and they follow Lola around, and they're explaining about what the problem is, and we need her help, and all that kind of stuff. Now, Lola Bunny is the best ball player of the Tunes by far. There's no debating that. It kind of made her an interesting Looney Tune character in the original Space Jam. Because of all that, it makes sense that she would, be trying to be a Wonder Woman. It's kind of a cute reference, because she was like Wonder Woman in that first movie. One of my favorite couples of all time is Bugs Bunny and Lola Bunny. And I know I'm not alone there. I think they did an amazing job building up their relationship in the original Space Jam, even though we all wish that we could have gotten more time with them together in the original Space Jam. But what the time they had, that they gave them, it was still used well. And after the end of the original Space Jam, we assumed we would get to see Bugs and Lola in more stuff. And we did a little bit, very little, and it should have been way more and stuff. And I'm not counting the Lola from the Looney Tunes show, because yeah, she's a different Lola, so. Anyway, even though it's an entertaining scene and the graphics are great looking, the animation, this scene with Lola, Bugs, and LeBron, I think it's a little too feministic in its message. They make Bugs come off as being kind of whiny, feeling like he needs his woman to do something for him, and it's just kind of emasculating to Bugs Bunny a little bit. I don't know. Like the whole thing, it's like Lola got too angry at them when they were asking for her help. Like clearly she's busy doing something, and I get that. But it's like Lola didn't even care in the slightest that Bugs was in trouble and LeBron was in trouble. And the only reason she turned around to ultimately help them was because LeBron said he was trying to find his son. If LeBron didn't mention his son, Lola would have been like, "Screw you, Bugs, I'm doing something," and that's it. It's like, that's not really right. Your man needs you, and you're like completely dissing him. Like she has no dialogue of like remorse for Bugs, or she doesn't say anything like, "Oh, hold on, Bugs. We'll talk about it later, honey," or nothing like reassuring him that don't worry, we'll figure it out. Once I get this torch, once I figure this stuff out, I'm just a little busy. Like there's nothing sweet that she says to Bugs, like at all. Like none of it. I get it. You're trying to be Wonder Woman, but it's like Lola is still a feminine character, so I didn't like that, and I think it should have been done better. But other than that, I still think the scene's entertaining. I really do. It was amusing that Wonder Woman refers to the game they're trying to beat as "Go win the Battle of the Baskets." I thought that was kind of a funny line. But again, it's like it's kind of funny, right? It's not like, I'm dying of laughter funny. But it's a funny line. Like, to me, it's like you have to work with a movie. So give them a little bit of props when something is a little bit funny, it's like that one was a zinger. It was good. It was good. I give them that line, and it's a small line. It's not a big joke, really. So any joke that's, good enough, it's like, take it. Here, take that joke and run with it. Moving on. Ah, yes, the scene where Dom gets his super basketball powers. Great scene visually. I love the dialogue in this scene. You can see Algie really getting frustrated with Dom. And you can tell that there's a moment where Dom is debating whether his alliance with Algae should be the way it is. It's just really well done the way it's in the movie. One thing that's really noticeable about this scene is they play Pump Up the Jam for like a second, or, like whatever, like 6 seconds. And it's like, I was like, wow, when I first saw that. I was like, really? Now in the film you're going to play this? What happened to the intro, or, earlier in the film? How come you didn't play it there? How come Pump Up the Jam wasn't played in the intro of LeBron's montage? And, why isn't it the Space Jam theme that they play, which I think would have been a little better? I don't know, it's just... And the fact that they only played for like a couple of seconds, it just shows how cheap Warner Brothers were with this film at moments. It's like, that was kind of pig shit, okay? That was Porky Pig shit, is what that was. Don't be fucking cheap, okay? Songs like Pump Up the Jam should have been playing all throughout the big game later on in the movie. The classic Space Jam tunes to give you that old Space Jam kick-ass feeling. But no, we get one tiny moment where Algae and Pete play a trumpet and they jig around a little bit for a second. And that's all you get of the old school songs. Fuck that. Anyway, it's still a cool scene. And in the final moment, we get to see one. Not... all of them, for some reason, just one of the goons? Why? It just seems like they're building it up so you get to see all the goons for the first time before the final game. Come on. Now. I want to see them all now. I want to see more of the goons. We get to see White Mamba. A very cool, real tiny appearance, which is annoying. Now, here's one thing I want to mention, and this isn't a minor thing, and it's important to the film, actually, this thing I'm going to talk about now. They did not give the Goon Squad their own theme song. Do you guys remember the Monstars had their own theme song in the original Space Jam? They had a whole rap video and everything, and it was absolutely stellar. It was amazing. It was one of the most memorable things in the 90s, period. And it was such a kick-ass song that everyone of adults, teenagers, kids can get into. And there really wasn't much cursing in it, and it was so bad-ass. And they play it a little bit in the movie Space Jam, too. So they gave the Monstars their own theme, but why not the Goons? The Goons don't have a theme in the whole movie. What the fuck's that all about? And then I found some fans actually made a Goon Squad theme song, and it kicks ass.
The Almighty.
Boom Squad, boy, all up in your face. Trying to take it to the rim, but we all up in the way. Competition doesn't stand a chance. Never quitting, yo, cause victory was always in the plans. Boom Squad, boy, dunking on his buddy. Keep your chuckles to yourself, cause yo, I promise nothing's funny. Competition doesn't stand a chance. Never quitting, yo, cause victory was always in the plans.
This that big body bad boy beast in the baseline, straight from the tip, gonna float at the same time. Beat you at the summit when you come and try to dunk it, that'll block that shit every time with a game high. Yeah. I go hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. If it ain't me, I got a squad to stop you. Pull up with a J, you better call a doctor. Reject you like a savage, reject you like a bad bitch. Them tricks ain't fooling anybody, you just a silly rabbit. Developing a habit, like a meth head taking all the cash.
And it's a rap song. So why couldn't this song have been used in the film? Why did it take the fans to give the Goons a theme song? Why wasn't it in the movie? That's fucking pig shit. Anyway, moving on. Now we get to see the Looney Tunes practicing basketball in Marvin's UFO. This is another good scene in the film. It has funny moments. It has really creative moments. I thought the joke of Yosemite Sam literally shooting the ball was kind of funny. But again, it's just a little bit funny, Granny slam dunking the ball and breaking the glass, like going on a scooter over like 5 school buses, was hilarious. And she's like, team blouses, what? You didn't expect to see that from Granny. But the old bitch still has stuff that she's not done yet. Again, she's more powerful this time around because she was in the Matrix. So they actually do explain how Granny becomes like more powerful as a character. Not that she was never powerful, but they actually give an explanation in the movie, which is pretty cool. And I love Granny. Granny's one of the greatest Looney Tunes of all time. We all know that. No debate. Love you, Granny. In the practice scene, we get to hear a song in the background called Mercy, Mercy Me or something. And it's by the Jonas Brothers. And I actually quite like the song. I just gotta say, it's surprising to hear a Jonas Brothers song in a Warner Brothers movie. Back in the day, like, completely different times we're living in, guys. Back in the day, you'd never hear a Jonas Brothers song in a Looney Tunes movie. I mean, back in the day, Jonas Brothers were like all about Disney. So it's weird to hear something that used to be a Disney thing. And it's a good song. It's probably their best song ever. Now, just like how in the original Space Jam, there were certain lyrics to the songs in the soundtrack that actually connected with the events of the film, there are certain lines in the new songs on the new soundtrack that are stuff that appear in the film. The lyrics to Mercy, Mercy or whatever, it sounds like it's stuff that Bugs Bunny is saying in his mind about Lola Bunny. He's like saying, "You're unbelievable." It's like Bugs subconsciously saying, "Wow, I get my girl back. Here she is. She's so unbelievable. She's still the best basketball player of all time. Mercy, mercy me." It just seems like Bugs is like saying the lyrics himself. I don't know. It's something I thought of. Okay, to give an example of a song from the original soundtrack that has a moment in the lyrics that connects with the film in the original, the song "For You I Will," which is amazing. One of the lyrics is, "For you I will die." This is a reference to Bugs Bunny sacrificing his life to save Lola Bunny's when she was about to get crushed by Pound the Monstar, and that just shows how much Bugs loved her. So really, "For You I Will," that song is all about Bugs talking about how much he loves Lola Bunny and how much he's falling for her. So that song is not just a generic sappy love song. It actually connects with the plot of the original movie. Just like how there's certain songs in this movie that have lyrics that connect to the plot also, which is awesome. Like in the new soundtrack, there's the song "My Guy," which is referring to LeBron in Space Jam 2. He calls Dom "my guy" a few times in the film, so that's what that song is referencing.